Closing is always easy when you're in Cardone U. We role play with Grant Cardone's team. They know just what to do. They're always there to support us. We couldn't ask for more. On our way in the right direction, we found what we're looking for. In FLC, in FLC. Closing is better with appointment setters. You'd better believe we're not a team but a family. We work together in harmony. We are devoted, on that you can quote me, in FLC.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the FLC Hangout, where your freedom lifestyle begins. Today, we have another very special guest, Nina, in the house. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so super excited to get to know you more. Obviously, we know you. We've seen you. I've seen you on DCA. You're in the FLC community, but we're gonna dive deeper into what you do, who you are, and it's going to be so much fun. So before we get into it, make sure you are following us all on Instagram. They're on the screens now, in the description below. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, share it to your friends, do all that jazz. And I'm very excited. So Misty, without further ado, over to you.
Thank you, Jesse. I'm so super excited for this too, because I think we've been wanting to talk to Nina for a while now. And, guys, Nina is absolutely incredible. You've got to check her out, follow her everywhere, anywhere and everywhere you can find her. This is going to be an awesome episode. I'm so super excited. So, thank you, Nina, for being here. It is such an honor to have you here. We're so excited to be able to chat with you and just hang out. We know a little bit about you, but I don't think our viewers do. Would you mind just kind of giving us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Okay. First of all, I would just want to thank you to FLC for having me here. It's just a pleasure to be here. And so I want to introduce myself. I'm Nina Rica. I'm a nurse, currently working here in Saudi Arabia, and I'm also a part-time seller for some properties in the Philippines, real estate properties, particularly condominium properties.
Yeah. That's really, really cool. Because this is, I think, what caught our attention first, because obviously you mentioned this to us briefly, and it's like you do both. Like, I think just being a nurse is a lot of work, or just doing sales or real estate is a lot of work. So how do you do both? How do you fit that in?
Actually, it's kind of hard because for our job as a nurse, it's really a tough job. Like for every week we have on calls after duty. We still have on calls. So at night, even any time of the night, so we will call for emergency cases. So that's kind of hard to how to manage my schedule. Mostly my routine is after work, like I have to go duty for 7:30 until 4:30 until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So right after that one, I have to contact some of my clients and find some clients like that. So that's absolutely what I do every day. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy to me, because Misty knows this as well, and anyone who knows me, I'm such like a routine person, and I love to have everything scheduled out in my calendar and routine. And if I go off the routine, like I'm like, so, but I guess you can't have that, because you don't know if you're going to get called in, or you don't know when you can do things. So is that hard, or are you kind of used to it now? Because to me, that's crazy to think about.
No, actually, it's kind of hard, really. I mean, from being a nurse and then I shifted. Like I'm starting to build my career as an agent for a real estate property. So it's kind of really hard. Like I have to study a lot of things, and of course, the FLC. I have to join our our FLC team also. We have other meetings for for the for my team in the Philippines. So it's kind of little bit like, oh, a lot of informations and a lot of things to do really. That
Yeah.
sometimes it's kind of hard, like when you have a lot of things to do, like, oh my God, what should I do first? Like,
Mm.
oh my God, that's kind of hard really.
Yeah. How do you deal with that? Like when there is loads of because that's something I also really struggle with. If I have a big pile of things to do, it gets really overwhelming, right? And you don't know where to start, and normally that prevents you
Yeah.
from even starting, right? How do you deal with that?
Well, well, actually, for now, what I do is I prioritize my client first,
Mm.
which is because if I miss out, I miss out talking with them, so I will lose the chance of getting close the deal. That's the most important thing I should do. And then usually before at night, before I sleep, I usually just do readings. So that,
Mm.
yeah, that's what I
Wow.
do. Mm-mm.
I respect that so much. So, so much. And is the real estate and the set, I'm just curious, is that what you want to do more? Like you want to go more into like the sales and real estate, or do you want to do both?
Uh, Actually, it just in coincident that I into real estate uh,
Yeah.
business
Oh,
thing.
wow.
Actually, I just want to share to you,
Yeah.
yeah, last 2022, I went to Philippines for vacation, and
Mhm.
then I was thinking like, how many years I've been working now, but still I haven't invested in anything. So
Mm.
I'm getting old. So it's just a realization on my part. And then I remember when year 2015, yeah, 2015 when I have this idea of like Airbnb businesses,
Mm.
in Philippine condominiums that you will do rentals. But then I was so afraid to take actions. I
Mm.
was really afraid because it's like when the price is really intimidating. It's like million pesos. How would you pay for that one? So it's like really very intimidating on my part. So I just didn't do anything. But then surprisingly, year 2022, when I just decisively when I met that seller through what do you call this through her page, and then I just contacted her. I met that agent, and then she showed me the property, and then I just signed the contract immediately. Like, I'm so decisive that I'm like, millions. How could I do that? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and then the time they've given me a chance also to, mom, you can be a part of our team. Like you can be a seller also. Like you will promote our properties so that especially for OFW, overseas Filipino workers, especially working abroad, so you can offer to your coworkers or anyone. So if I recommend someone, I will get a commission on it. So
Mm.
I just didn't think that one at first. So it's not like nothing for me because I'm not into real estate. I
Yeah.
have, yeah, it's like selling. It's really not my thing before. But then um, I, tr- uh, I recommended my sister. I encouraged her to buy a unit also.
Mhm.
And then surprisingly, they gave me an account and then I got the commission. Oh, really? This is true? Oh, this is possible. So and then from that on, I I joined to the team huddles every now and then, every week, like that. Like it encourages me, especially when I saw I saw those young sellers also that they are closing a lot of millions. That's like,
Mm.
wow, how they uh do that thing. So I was really like wondering how. Then I just join, and then surprisingly, yeah, I find an interest in real estate.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
That's so
Sorry,
cool.
Misty. I wanted to
Oh,
say very quickly, I was waiting to see if you were going to mention it, the clothes you made, because you made a pretty big close recently, and you made that commission, which is a massive hoo-ha hoo for someone who didn't even think they wanted to do sales, or like didn't
Exactly.
like this idea of doing sales. So that's really, really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's so awesome. You're like totally crushing it. And from coming from where you're scared and you're shy and don't want to do something to just going for it, and now you're getting the results. That's so incredible. So now that you're getting the results, are you seeing that you have more confidence and you feel more better about doing it? Do you feel like it's easier?
Oh, yeah. Like I feel more confident. Like I have this urge that I want to help
Mm,
more on OFW, um, because I wanted them to invest also. That I know that they that could help them also in the future.
I love that because that's what sales is, right? It's helping other people. And no matter, we say it all the time, no matter what you're doing, you're selling. It doesn't matter, like we sell FLC, you do what you do with selling, but selling is also selling an idea. Like you sold that person, convinced them to buy this certain thing, and you get commission. That's selling. It doesn't always just mean like, here's this product, here's the money. Anything can be selling. And I love that you said that, because really the reason we want to do it is to help people, because we know that what we have, what we're trying to give them, is of benefit to them, right? And I also love that you said at first you didn't think that you were going to be into selling, or you didn't think that you wanted to sell, because we were the same. Like I definitely, when Shabaria first came to me, was like, hey, you want to join the sales team? I was like, yeah, right, okay. But I tried it, and then I was like, wait, this is actually really cool. This is really fun. Which is great. So do you think that you like sales more now that you've actually done that?
Yeah, definitely. Like, wow, like, yeah, definitely. I really love, like, I'm trying to study how to. FLC is a really big help for this one because, like, we do the deal closing academy. That was so awesome.
Yeah.
It's a really great help for me. And
Mm.
yeah, I find it especially like I know that when I sold out something, so it means that I'll be helping that person.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I
Mhm.
I think that's really powerful too, because a lot of the times, and I'm curious if you guys agree or not, people don't like the thought of selling, or salespeople are seen as like bad people. And we probably have all got comments like this, like, oh, your sales, like scam, whatever. But it's because people don't actually learn about selling. And that's why, as well, I think DCA is really powerful, because you learn how to do it in a way where you're actually coming from a place of service rather than just like, give me your money. So I think for anyone watching too, as well, that feels inspired, selling is can be really fun. It actually can be very fun, but you need to learn the right way to do it, right?
I I don't know if you guys have already touched on this other, if about your nursing, but you
Mm.
also sell while you're nursing. You may not be selling a product or a service and getting a money in return, but what you're doing is you're selling the client on the idea, let me help you maintain a quality of life. So you're giving to them, and in some areas we have to convince them or sell them on the idea of eating a certain type of food or certain way, or even taking their medication. I know sometimes on my end it's trying to sell them on the idea of showering. It's time to take a shower, let's go ahead and take a shower today. And they're like, no, I don't want to do this. But it's like, hey, you know what, this is, if you do this, then it's going to better your overall health, and because of your illness you really need to maintain that cleanliness. And so I just wanted to bring that up. So because you guys keep saying selling it's in everything we do. So it's also in when you're doing your nursing as well, right? Because um, we have to sometimes sell our clients on the idea of this is what's right for you and this is what we should be doing. And that's not always easy.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like parents with kids, and like the kid's like, I want chocolate. No, I want chocolate. I want chocolate. And eventually, normally it's the kid that sells the parent that they want the chocolate, and then they get the chocolate. So it's literally everywhere, which is it's really cool. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Something I wanted to mention too, obviously you invest a lot in yourself. Like you're here in FLC, you're doing all the other things. I'm sure you've had to take courses to do the nursing or the real estate. And that's really powerful, right? That you actually invest in yourself and then other people will start investing in you, right? So did you kind of see is there a point where you invested in something in yourself and it came back around? Because the reason I'm asking this is a lot of the time we're so fragile with our money and we want to keep the money and da da da. But as soon as you let that go and you actually invest in yourself, things come back around. Like you closed that crazy deal, not very long after being into FLC, right? So do you? I want to know your guys' both of you. This is a question for both of you. Thoughts, importance of investing in yourself too, because I think that ties in. Open mic.
Oh, yeah. 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 Before I don't know about that investing in yourself or anything, but then when I joined FLC, oh my God, it's really life changing really. Like from like introvert type of person of me, really. I'm introvert type of person. Like I don't want to mingle a lot of people, but now it really changes me a lot. My perspective in life, my belief system really changes me a lot, and somehow it really helps now because I can observe myself that now I'm more assertive on my part, and then like I'm more positive on myself, and I can like for my colleagues, I'm trying to like I know that they have the wrong belief system. Now I'm trying to be more positive, and now like I'm attracting them to be positive also. Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest thing that I learned,
Yeah,
that yeah, when you invest in yourself, like it would really help me grow.
that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's important to invest in yourself because if you're not learning and growing, you're dying, right? And you don't want to stay stagnant. You want to change and grow and become a better person. And so I think it's very important to invest in yourself. I think it's, they say when you can't take it with you. So why are you trying to hold on to it so hard now and not living life now? Why not just go ahead and start taking, I'm not saying go out there and start skydiving without parachutes or anything else. I'm saying there's ways to go out there and start taking those chances and doing those things that maybe make you feel a little uncomfortable in a cautious way. And then, so just quit holding on to your money and letting it die in the bank or just under your mattress or something. Get it out there, let it make friends and bring new friends home. So that's the only way it's going to grow and, be able to change your life and add, more value and everything. I want to touch on the fact that you're doing I'm sorry, I'm so stuck on this, two completely different industries, nursing and real estate. That's like on complete separate ends of the board. And I'm like, wow. And then you're doing them in two different countries. So are you traveling to different the other country every once in a while to kind of do stuff, or is it just all online?
No, just online. That's the power of internet nowadays. So most of my client, like the recently I closed, is working in UK.
Wow.
Yeah. So I just actually I it's like 3 months before I close the deal. Like almost every week until she said yes, finally said yes. So because I know that it would help her in the
Yeah.
future. Yeah. And real estate is really a good investment.
Definitely. Yeah. We're
Yeah.
go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say, I think it's so awesome that they're two completely different industries. Like I said, I'm stuck on this. And the fact that you did not limit yourself to, I only know this only know about this stuff, so I can't do anything other than that. I commend you on that. That is so awesome and empowering, because a lot of people get stuck on, I only know about this industry and I can't move on from that. So I'm sorry to keep pounding on that, but I think it's so awesome. So go ahead, Josie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Mhm.
go ahead. Yeah.
Actually, my relatives also are surprised why I'm into real estate now. But so, when actually before I'm not posting anything, but now since I joined FLC, that I have to be visible. So I tried to post, and then surprisingly a lot of messages. I got the messages from my relatives also. What what are you doing? You're into real estate now? Like that. Yeah, it's I found a new love.
Yeah, I love that. It's a really good thing to like the art of sales wherever you do it, especially real estate, because that's sales, is just so good to have and to learn, which I love. Something you said as an answer to my other question a while ago, just before, that I really liked. Or actually first, the reason I asked you guys about that, like investing in yourself, is because we're talking a lot about getting that commission, making the sales, like, yay, which is good. But what people don't realize is it works both ways. You also need to invest in yourself, because if you don't do that, how can you expect other people to invest in you? So that's why I asked the question. You guys answered beautifully. So thank you so much. And something that you mentioned that I really liked is being around the kind of people who are also on that same energy field and also invest in themselves. And that's really important. And I think the reason it like that struck me, especially in your answer, is just yesterday, I had a meeting with Shabaria. We have our PPF meetings, which is personal, professional, financial, and we like set the goals for this year. We set goals for 5 years' time. And I had the meeting with her yesterday about it. And I was talking to her about I want to be surrounded by people who are also investing in themselves, also want like to do these big things, be these big people, like make a difference. And she told me, well, the way you do that, it's actually very easy. The way you do that is you be that person first. You invest in yourself. You go do the training. You go out there. You go travel. You do this. So I think that's really powerful, because that's exactly what you're doing too. And I know that Misty too also wants to do all this travel and like be this people. So together we are all in this. So I really like that you said that. And I know you just touched on it. I'm not sure if you even remember you said it, but I was like, oh, it's good.
Yeah. Nina, have you set any goals for this year or for the next 5 years?
Yeah, yeah, of
Not to put you on the
course.
spot, but sometimes we get overexcited. Hey, have you done this yet?
Yeah, of course, for the for our goal really is 1 million for 1 year. Yes, that.
Yes.
We're
Yeah,
definitely
and
going to
of
do it.
course more properties to close, and I want to open like at least 2 businesses for this year. Yeah, hopefully
Yeah.
it will gonna work. Yeah,
So
FLC, I know you'll be there.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Absolutely. I was going to ask you this actually. Are you looking to open your own, like your own little thing to do this? Or because with FLC, like I do the sales in the FLC team. You can absolutely go create my own course and sell it, but I like doing it in a team. Are you looking like obviously you just said that you are, but what kind of things are you looking to open? That's exciting.
Well, actually, I'm looking for a team also. Like
Mm,
that would help me in selling like a different part of the world, so that we can more chances of closing closing more properties.
mm.
That's my goal to build a team everywhere around the world.
Mm-hmm. 10x. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so powerful.
This
Wow.
oh
Go
sorry.
ahead. I was just saying, wow, go for it.
There's actually one of my learnings on the team meetings we share, like learnings we have. One of mine today was think bigger. Like you can always think bigger. So I love that you're thinking of doing that. Like, yes, you're doing really well right now. You're really busy. You're doing all these things and you're doing it well. And we can see that. But then you're like, wait, no, this isn't enough. Like, yes, this is good, but I want to do this. I want to open my own thing. I want to have my own team. I want to not only have a team in one place of the world, like where I am, I want it everywhere, which is exactly what we all should be doing. And anyone watching or listening, I can probably safely say you might not be thinking big enough. And I mean, speaking for me, because I had this like massive aha moment yesterday and today after like speaking with the team and Shabaria about the PPF, is a lot of the times the reason you might feel stuck or the reason you don't want to go out because sales isn't the easiest thing. It's actually quite hard. It's mentally tough. Like you said, it took 3 months of come on, come on, come on, come on until she said yes. That's mentally, you have to be really strong. But the thing that will get you through it is having those big goals and having goals where you're like, oh my God, like if only that was the reality, like that would be so crazy, so good. How on earth am I going to do that? These need to be your goals. So anyone watching, listening, up your goals probably. If your goals aren't scaring you, then they need to be bigger. They need I no messing around with it. They need to scare you. Your goals need to scare you, right? Um, which is exciting though. Ex Scary
Yeah.
goals are exciting.
Yeah. They need to scare you, and you need to get some feedback, negative feedback, to know you're going in the right direction.
Oh,
So, yeah,
Yeah, actually,
yeah.
actually,
I don't know.
really, really very scary. Like when you said goals, how could I, how could I do that?
Yeah.
Like for me, for now, I had a hard time in like getting a team, because especially like they know me as a nurse, they didn't know me as a real estate now, so I'm just starting, so it's like it's really hard for me to prove myself,
Mm,
isn't it? Like from being a nurse to real estate, that's
yeah.
why it's really kind of hard, but I want to prove them and prove myself that I can do it.
Yeah. I really respect that because I think I definitely have had that too. I know Misty has too, where like people around you are putting doubts in your head, like you're doing this, you're doing like really, oh, maybe you should get a real job, like stick to the what's safe, da da da. And I feel like in most places you go to, like we said earlier, if you tell people you do sales, you're going to get some looks because it has such a bad connotation for most people. Not the way we do it. We do sales very, very well, very good. Um, but I really respect as well that you're going through that and you mentioned it and you talk about it here because I don't think that's talked about enough. Like that can be one of the really hard sides of doing your own business or going into sales or doing something out of the ordinary that most people are doing. You're going to get people you know and people you don't know coming to you and telling you that it's wrong or you should be doing this or whatever. So if you are going through that, anyone like you guys, anyone watching, listening, it's okay. It means that you're going in the right direction. It means you're going out there. So that's really good. Do you guys have any tips for actually dealing with that? Because it can be really hard until you get used to it. Like, do you just block it out, or do you do you sell those people on your idea, or what do you guys do to kind of deal with that? 'Cause it's not easy.
Go ahead.
Whoever.
Uh, for now, on my part, I just ignore it because
Mm,
I know my intention. I know what I want. I want to help people. So I just ignore it. Like it's really hurt me, but like for now, like on my part, being on real estate, like I will message my old friends, old classmates, or any of them, and then just they will just send my messages like, oh, what they are thinking. Are they thinking that I'm a scammer like that?
yeah.
But just ignore it. That's That's the most thing that I should do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think being confident in yourself, knowing that you're doing what's right for you and doing what you feel is right for other people, um, is something you have to focus on. Let everything else that everybody else tells you go, because they don't know the whole story. They don't know everything that you know. They don't have all the knowledge. So they're only coming from their own scared mindset and trying to tell you not to do something because it's making them feel uncomfortable. So yeah, I think it's important to know to do that.
Yeah, definitely. I had a friend, an old friend recently come to me and and we used to be really close, like really, really good friends. Not so much anymore. We kind of drifted apart, but we were still friends. Hadn't talked in a while, and it's funny to me. It's always the ones where like you don't talk for a while and then they come back just to tell you that what you're doing now like looks wrong. And you're like, hello to you too. Like, how are you? Where did that go? And I had that recently, and I was talking to Seb about it, and he told me, because I told him, I think the reason it upsets me the most is because I want them to see what I see. I want them to know what I know about sales and all this. And you guys are nodding, so I know that you relate to, like, I so badly want them to see it from my perspective. And he told me that's not your responsibility. It's not your job to convince them that you're doing the right thing, especially if it's someone you don't know or someone that you're not even friends with or you wouldn't consider like very important to you. It's not your job. So I really like what you said, Nina. Just ignore it. And that's really the best thing you can do. Don't let it affect you. It's okay if it does, but then let it go. 5 minutes, let it go, move on. Um, Something else you told me as well is the more you carry on, like you said, you started posting and people are coming to you now, like asking questions. The more you carry on, and that's exactly what's happening to me too. The more you carry on posting, the more you put stuff out there, the more you outreach to people, the less people will actually start reaching out to you and questioning what you're doing because they're seeing, oh, she's consistent. Whoever it is, they're consistent. They're doing this. This is a thing. Who am I to get involved? And suddenly they won't feel like they have that authority to do that. So I hope that helps as well for anyone else watching and listening because it's not easy. It's not, but it's so worth it, right?
Yeah. Once you open yourself up to it and like you said, you're consistent and you're doing it, the right people are going to show up. And when you have people, like I said before, when you have people who show up and give you that negativity, it has nothing to do with you. It's all about you making them feel uncomfortable because they're seeing how powerful and how much action and stuff you're doing and the results you're getting. It makes them uncomfortable in the situation they're in and reminds them, hey, I could be doing better. So just open yourself up to the new possibilities of anything. I have to go back to this because it's like you're doing the two different industries, but it's like if you were an actor or an actress, right? And you play a really famous role, you don't want to be typecasted into that one role and that be the only type of role you get. You want to be able to spread out and do all kinds of different characters. So it's the same thing when you're doing industries or you're any kind of business or anything you're doing in life. You're not a typecast person. So just because you're a nurse right now doesn't mean you have to stay a nurse. There's so much to you and to your personality and who you are as a human being. You can do anything in the world and everything is available to you. Everything is open to you. All you have to do is invest in yourself enough, believe in yourself enough to step outside that comfort zone, try it out. You can do like there's no limit to how many different industries you can put your tentacles into if you're an octopus and do. So it's like just get out there and try it and let people say something, say, hey, I don't think this is right, I think you're doing something wrong. It's because you're letting them know that they're not doing anything at all. They're not putting themselves out there. So it's making them feel uncomfortable. And it tells you you're on the right path. So you need to keep going. And I think that's so important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's really my goal is really is to have a freedom lifestyle, and that's why I want to have something like new businesses or anything, so that at least when I stop uh being a nurse, or I will go home, and hopefully soon I can live like the money works for me.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah, exactly. And this is really important. I think that's something I also salute you for, because you know what you want, and then you're here. Like this is where it begins. Like we tell everyone. So I think it happens too much that people have these same goals. They want the freedom, they want the time freedom, money freedom, do what they want for different reasons. But not everyone has the courage to actually go after it and do it as well. You said you were a little bit nervous to do this, and this is your first time doing this, and you're doing so well, and you're really well spoken. So I think you are a great example of going for it and just doing the doings. And you've seen results, you've seen monetary results, confidence results, like things around you changing. So big hoo-ha hoo for you. Yeah.
Yeah, really my
Perfect mentor
intention.
material.
Yeah.
Yeah, my it's really my intention, like an OFW, like I I'm I'm away from my family, so it really hurts that you're not with your family, especially when during special occasion, if someone is sick. But then you are working, you have money, but still your presence is very important. That's why I want to be successful. I mean, to prove that it really works, because I really wanted to help most of our most of overseas Filipino workers. That's my intention. That's why I keep myself pushing that somehow I will change their life, to influence something that I could help them to being being stuck of this life. Like I can see like 60 years old is still working abroad without being with your family. That's so hard. Like how many remaining days of your life still you're not with your family? So it's something that I wanted to help, really.
I love that.
So, yeah, because I think it's, family is so important no matter where you're from. And when you're not with them, it's so difficult. And here in the US, we have a program that's called Traveling Nurses. So you can go and get into this program and travel to different states and different cities and be a nurse and help out where it's needed. Um, and like you said, that can be really hard because you're not with your family. And if your family can't move with you, then that's really so being able to um, put yourself out there and create the freedom lifestyle that you want, so you have the option to, hey, I can still do this, but I can still go home and see my family on occasion, and when I'm needed, then that's really powerful.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing.
Yeah. And get around other people that have those goals too. Because not only are you going to get inspiration from them, they're going to push you to do more, to actually stick to it. 'Cause having big goals, sometimes you can lose faith if you start like doubting yourself. You need other people around you to lift you back up again. So yeah, get around other people that also want this too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so ladies, I have two questions for you. As we wrap up here, I have two questions. Two, how many? Two? So first question is, I want to know what freedom lifestyle means to you. And then two, do you have any advice to anybody else out there who's watching, who are looking to or maybe afraid of stepping outside their box and starting in a different industry that they don't know about, they've never learned about?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. For me, freedom lifestyle is that means that even if you're not working already, like uh you're receiving, like you have passive income already. You can enjoy life without working so hard, sleepless night, and you can enjoy life with your family. You can
did we lose you? Oh,
yes.
okay, you're back.
Okay.
You're back.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm I'm sorry, but I think this is emergency again. This, oh my God.
No, that's okay.
Can I
You're
just
good. Of
just
course.
answer the
Of
I'm so
course.
sorry.
That's okay.
Don't worry. That's a good part of recording. We can stop it and
Yeah,
remember.
exactly. Straight after your question.
Yeah.
Bless.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm back.
No, that's
Yeah,
okay.
it's just an emergency. We have emergency. I'm sorry. Like,
All good.
yeah.
You're
That's the
good.
problem of being a nurse, really. Anytime you'll be called. I'm called for, like, I'm endoscopy nurse also. That's why the whole year I'm on call every day.
That's more important. Yeah. No,
Mhm.
of
Oh my
course.
God.
Don't be
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yeah.
Don't be sorry.
I'm on call for endoscopy, and for this week I'm not on call for OR. But every other week that's the hard thing for being a nurse, really.
Bless you. No, it's all good. It's all good. We can chop it out. We can cut it. So yeah, no, don't be sorry at all. That's fine. So you were talking, I think it cut out a little bit. You were talking about your freedom
I think we
lifestyle.
can finish at least 10 minutes more.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, for and then what else, uh where are we? Freedom lifestyle.
What it means to you. Yeah.
What it means
Yeah.
to me really is that when you, even you're not working, at least you have already passive income that will sustain that, at least you can provide for your family, and at least you will enjoy life, travel, and at least you can provide everything for your family. And of course, you're with your family, even not working abroad already, or not working too much already. Yeah.
I love that. That's beautiful. And what was the second question?
If you have any advice for anybody else who's looking to step outside their comfort zone and maybe do something in a different industry.
Yeah, at least I mean, at first it's very scary to do something really not your thing, but always I know have a courage always, and of course always you have a fear, but you have to conquer your fear. At
Mm,
least when you take actions, at least more opportunities will be open.
yeah,
When at least when you like taking actions, suddenly an opportunity will come, and then every actions there's opportunity that will come.
absolutely. Absolutely. Really well said. Yeah.
Totally
Good.
agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me as well.
Yes, you, Josie.
Okay.
We can't go anywhere if we're listening to you talk.
I think similar. Freedom lifestyle for me is not having to worry about things. I think a lot of us grow up seeing our parents worry about the bills, the job, like they want to go on this vacation, but they can't take the kids because it's money. Freedom lifestyle is not having to worry about that. You want to go out to eat, you go out to eat. You want to travel to Spain, I don't know, you travel to Spain. You want to give this much money to charity, you can give it, and you don't have to worry about it. That's freelance stuff for me. And obviously, like you said too, not having to work all the time and do all this, having that freedom to be where you want, do what you want. And what I mean by that is like true freedom, not, oh, yes, I can afford both time and money wise to go there. No, I like you can go there and you don't have to worry about affording it kind of thing, both time and money. And I think advice I would have for anyone worried, scared, apprehensive to jump into that new thing they want to do, you need to want to do it enough, obviously, and most of the times the things you really want, the things you really want to do or to be are scary. And to that, I would say have a big enough why. Like, what's your why? Why do you want the financial freedom? Why do you want to do this job? Is it for your family? Is it for you? Is it for doing this certain career? Like, what's that big, big why? And that has to override any fear. So every time you feel scared, you don't want to pick up that call, you don't want to meet that person, you don't want to get up in the morning, you remember that why, and it's enough to mute any discouraging thoughts you have. So have a big why and remember your why every day. That's me.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, guys. That's awesome.
What about you?
I think for me, the freedom lifestyle is having so much money, because people worry about, oh, you're greedy, you just want the money, right? Well, it's not the money. Money doesn't buy you happiness. Money buys you freedom. And like you said, it gives you the freedom of security, of not worrying about, where am I going to get my next meal from? Am I going to be able to pay my rent? Are my bills going to be paid? It's the freedom of being able to help other people to better their lives, help them find better ways of sustaining a better lifestyle. It's, not only being able to make my dreams come true, but helping other people create theirs. So for me, that's what freedom lifestyle is being able to just completely be free and and not have those worries or those insecurities or anything else like that. And then the advice I would give other people is, like Josie just said, you have to know your whys, but you have to know you. You have to know who you are as a person and realize that, yes, you may have a supportive family or you may not. You may have friends and family that support you fully and they're completely on board with you. But your biggest cheerleader is going to be yourself. And the only person that's going to stop you or push you forward is yourself. So you have to know who you are and what you want, and believe in yourself enough to be your own cheerleader and go for it. Quit being scared, because you're put here to live life, not to put yourself away in a box and be scared. I don't want you to go out and be a predator, but you need to have the confidence of a predator. A predator is somebody who's going to go out there and not go out there to try to kill something else, but enough confidence to go out there and say, I know I can dominate this, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do it in a way I'm going to hurt somebody else, but I'm doing this because it's what's right. I'm doing whatever good it takes to get what I want done. So with that being said, you guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys got a lot from this episode. If you liked it or liked any part of it at all or enjoyed it at all, please like, comment, share. Help us reach as many people as possible, because this is where your freedom lifestyle begins and everybody deserves to be free. So from here at the FLC, where we say, once you're family for life, so you can't get rid of us. Welcome to the family. We'll see you guys next week on another episode. Have a wonderful week.
Thank you, Nina.